Hi there, I'm Beverly Lewis of BeverlySpeaks.com, and I want to give you a coaching tip today as I talk about navigating change. I have a chapter in my book, Win From Within, The Heart of Success and Significance. I talk about one of the keystones for leadership is being able to navigate change effectively. And in my book, I talk about there are 5 stages to change, which can be equated to the 5 stages of grief. And hopefully, you've never had to go through the devastating loss of a loved one. If you have, you certainly have become familiar with the 5 stages of grief. Well, with change, it's actually a similar process. In fact, grief is a very deep form of change, certainly. But to be successful in life and to be a leader and to be able to stay healthy in your emotional and psychological and intellectual self, spiritual, all of it, to be able to stay healthy emotionally and all of it, you have to be able to deal with change effectively. So the first stage of change, of when we encounter it, is denial. This is when you're usually just caught by surprise, you're shocked. This is when you didn't see it coming, and you have to begin to process and think about what you're going to do. And the second stage is typically anger, when you get so frustrated with the unfairness of it all, that you're in this situation, it's not fair, you don't like it, you're not happy, so you tend to get angry, even at things that you cannot control or people that technically you shouldn't get angry at. The third stage is deliberation, and that is when you're looking at your options and choices. And this is an interesting thing about stress. Stress tends to give you tunnel vision, which means you have the inability to see your options and choices. So that's why a healthy sign of navigating change is getting to the point where you begin to consider your choices and realize that you do have them. The fourth stage is action, when you're mobilized and you begin to act on your plan and the choices that you looked at in stage 3. And the fifth stage is acceptance and growth. That's when you've processed it. That's when then you can turn around and help lead other people through the same level of change. Now, what happens if you don't handle change effectively? The thing that is the most concerning about that to me is that people can develop a victim mentality. If you get stuck in one of these processes of change and you don't move through it, you begin to get a habitually negative viewpoint of the world. That is one of the signs of victim mentality. Another symptom of victim mentality is a sense of entitlement, when you just feel like everybody owes you something because you're in this place. Victim mentality is not healthy. In fact, it's interesting, Wikipedia defines it as a step towards neuroticism, which, who wants to be neurotic? No. I help coach healthy leadership. So I want to just invite you to do a checkup from the neck up today. Look at the change that you've had to process through in the last year and make sure that you've moved through it to stage 5, the stage of acceptance and growth. And make sure that you're not harboring a habitually negative way of seeing the world, which tends to douse hope and douse positive expectation. That's a sign and a symptom of victim mentality. But you're not a victim, you're a warrior. And I want to thank you for joining me for this coaching tip today on processing change with grace and effectiveness. I'll talk with you soon.